Captain Jonathan Harper stood on the bridge of the Valor, the state-of-the-art warship, as alarms blared around him. The holographic display showcased the chaos outside, with older Earth ships being decimated by an alien fleet. All hands, prepare for hyperspace jump. We're humanity's last hope. John commanded, his voice steady despite the urgency. Lieutenant Sarah Mitchell, John's trusted second-in-command, moved swiftly to relay the orders. Her precision and calm under pressure were a testament to her years of service. Jump coordinates set, Captain. Ready on your mark, she reported. Execute, John replied. The ship vibrated as it made the leap through space, re-emerging moments later into the heart of the battle. The advanced technology of the Valor allowed it to cut through the enemy ranks with precision. John watched the display, eyes narrowed as he assessed the situation. The alien ships, sleek and deadly, were wreaking havoc. But the Valor was designed for this very moment. Captain, incoming transmission from the Earth Defense Council. Ensign Michael Chun called out, his voice tinged with both fear and excitement. Put it through, John ordered. The face of Admiral Kensington appeared on the screen. Captain Harper, the alien fleet is overwhelming our defenses. Your advanced warships are our only hope. You must hold the line until reinforcements arrive. We won't let you down, Admiral, John assured him. The transmission ended, and John turned to his crew. You heard the Admiral. This is our moment. Dr. Alan Grant, the brilliant scientist behind the Valor-S technology, stepped forward. Captain, our new plasma cannons are fully operational. We can cut through their shields, but we need to be precise. John nodded. Target the lead ship. Let's show them what we're made of. The Valor-S cannons roared to life, sending beams of destructive energy towards the enemy. The alien ship shuddered under the assault, its shields flickering before collapsing. John felt a grim satisfaction as the alien vessel exploded. But the victory was short-lived. More alien ships swarmed in, their formation tight and coordinated. They're adapting quickly, Sarah observed. We need a new strategy. John's mind raced. Dr. Grant, any insights on their weaknesses? Grant hesitated. Their ships rely heavily on Central Command. If we can disrupt their communication, we might gain an advantage. All right, let's hit their command ship. Sarah, plot a course, John instructed. As the Valor weaved through the battlefield, it became clear that the alien commander Zarek was no ordinary foe. His tactics were ruthless, his movements unpredictable. John felt a grudging respect for the enemy. The command ship came into view, larger and more heavily armed than the others. All weapons focus fire, John ordered. The Valor unleashed a torrent of firepower, but Zarek's ship retaliated with equal ferocity. The bridge shook violently as the Valor took a direct hit. Sparks flew, and the lights flickered. Shields at 60%, Michael reported, his voice steady despite the chaos. John clenched his fists. Hold steady. We can't back down now. The battle raged on, each side pushing their limits. The Valor-S advanced systems gave them an edge, but the aliens' sheer numbers were daunting. John's eyes darted across the display, searching for any sign of weakness. Captain, I've intercepted their communication signal, Sarah announced. We can jam it, but it'll leave us vulnerable for a few moments. Do it, John said without hesitation. Everyone, brace for impact. The Valor-S systems hummed as they jammed the alien signal. For a brief moment, the battlefield fell into a disarray. The alien ships faltered, their coordination disrupted. John seized the opportunity. All units, focus fire on the command ship, he shouted. The concentrated attack overwhelmed Zarek's defenses. The command ship erupted in a brilliant explosion, scattering debris across space. The alien fleet, now leaderless, began to retreat. Status report, John demanded. Shields at 30%, minimal casualties, Sarah replied. John let out a breath he hadn't realized he was holding. We did it. As the Valor and the remaining Earth ships regrouped, John knew this was just the beginning of a much larger conflict. But for now, they had won a crucial battle. Prepare for the next phase, John instructed his crew. We're far from finished. Captain Jonathan Harper stood in the command center of the Valor, the weight of recent victories and impending threats pressing down on him. The Valor had proven its worth, but John knew this was only the beginning of their struggle. The alien fleet, led by the cunning Zarek, would not retreat so easily. Captain, we've intercepted an encrypted message, Lieutenant Sarah Mitchell announced, her fingers dancing over the control panel. It's from the alien fleet. John's eyes narrowed. Decrypt it and put it on screen. The display flickered to life, revealing a string of alien symbols that quickly translated into human language. Zarek's face appeared, his eyes filled with a mix of curiosity and disdain. Captain Harper. Zarek's voice was calm, almost amused. Your ship's technology is impressive. I underestimated humanity's resourcefulness. However, this battle is far from over. Before John could respond, the transmission cut off. He turned to his crew. We need to stay vigilant. They're planning something. Dr. Alan Grant, the ship's chief scientist, approached. Captain, I've been analyzing their ship's energy signatures. It seems they have a central command node that coordinates their fleet. If we can disrupt it, we might throw them into disarray. John nodded thoughtfully. Good work, Dr. Grant. Sarah, set a course for the coordinates Dr. Grant provided. We'll strike at their heart. As the Valor maneuvered through space, the crew prepared for the upcoming mission. Ensign Michael Chun, ever the optimist, rallied the younger officers. This is our chance to hit them where it hurts. Let's make every shot count. The ship reached the coordinates, and the alien command ship loomed ahead, a fortress of steel and energy. John felt a familiar tension as they readied for battle. All weapons target their command node. Fire on my mark. The Valor unleashed a barrage of plasma beams, each strike precise and powerful. The alien ship's defenses held momentarily, then buckled under the relentless assault. The command node flickered and died, plunging the enemy fleet into chaos. But the victory was short-lived. Captain, multiple enemy ships are converging on our position, Sarah warned. It's a trap. John's mind raced. Evasive maneuvers. Get us out of here now. The Valor darted through the enemy ranks, narrowly avoiding incoming fire. The bridge shook as an explosion rocked the ship. Shields at 50%, Michael reported, his voice steady despite the danger. Dr. Grant's eyes widened. Captain, I've detected a saboteur signal inside our ship. Someone is feeding our coordinates to the enemy. John's jaw tightened. Find the source and neutralize it. Sarah, keep us moving. We can't afford to be sitting targets. The crew worked tirelessly, hunting for the traitor among them. Tensions ran high as trust became a rare commodity. Hours felt like days as they combed through the ship, searching for the mole. Finally, Ensign Michael burst into the command center, out of breath but triumphant. We found the source. It's in the lower engine room. John grabbed his sidearm. Sarah, you're in charge. Michael, with me. Dr. Grant, monitor our systems and keep us updated. The corridors of the Valor felt unusually silent as John and Michael made their way to the engine room. The faint hum of machinery was the only sound accompanying their footsteps. As they rounded the final corner, they spotted a shadowy figure tampering with the ship's core systems. Stop right there, John commanded, his voice echoing off the metallic walls. The figure turned, revealing one of their own officers, Lieutenant Drake. His eyes were cold, calculating. You're too late, Harper. The aliens offered me more than Earth ever did. Michael's hands shook with anger. You betrayed us all for what? Power? Wealth? Drake sneered. You're naive, Chin. This is bigger than any of you. John stepped forward. It ends now, Drake. Surrender, and we might spare your life. Drake laughed, a harsh sound in the confined space. You don't have the stomach to kill me, Harper. With a swift motion, John disarmed Drake and restrained him. Get him to the brig. We'll deal with him later. As they returned to the command center, John addressed his crew. The traitor has been apprehended. Stay sharp and trust no one. This isn't over yet. Sarah looked up from her station. Captain, we've managed to stabilize our position, but the enemy is regrouping. John took a deep breath, his resolve hardening. Prepare for the next engagement. We've come this far, and we're not backing down now. Captain Jonathan Harper stood on the bridge of the Valor, his mind racing with the implications of the recent sabotage. The traitor, Lieutenant Drake, had been apprehended, but John knew that this betrayal was only the beginning of their challenges. Captain, we have another incoming transmission from the alien fleet, Lieutenant Sarah Mitchell reported, her tone cautious. Put it through, John replied, his eyes fixed on the display. Zarek's face appeared once more, his expression a mix of curiosity and calculation. Captain Harper, it seems you have rooted out the traitor among you. Impressive. However, your struggles are far from over. I propose a temporary truce. Let us meet face to face to discuss terms. John's crew exchanged uneasy glances. Sarah's eyes met John's, her concern evident. Captain, this could be a trap. John nodded. I know, but it's an opportunity we can't ignore. Prepare a shuttle. I'll go alone. Captain, that's too risky, Ensign Michael Chen interjected. Let me come with you. John placed a reassuring hand on Michael's shoulder. Your bravery is noted, Michael, but this is something I must do alone. Dr. Grant, keep our defenses ready. If anything goes wrong, you know what to do. As John boarded the shuttle, the weight of his decision settled on him. He navigated the small craft towards the coordinates provided by Zarek, each passing moment filled with uncertainty. The alien command ship loomed ahead, a behemoth of steel and energy. Upon landing, John was greeted by a group of alien soldiers, their weapons lowered but eyes watchful. They escorted him through the ship's labyrinthine corridors to a large chamber where Zarek waited. Welcome, Captain Harper, Zarek greeted, his voice smooth and calculated. I must commend your resourcefulness. John remained composed. What do you want, Zarek? Zarek gestured for John to sit. I propose a ceasefire. Both our fleets have suffered losses. Continuing this battle would be mutually destructive. John's eyes narrowed. And why should I trust you? Zarek leaned forward. Because, Captain, I respect a worthy adversary. Your species has shown remarkable resilience and ingenuity. Together, we could achieve much more than through senseless conflict. John considered Zarek's words. There was a logic to them, but he couldn't shake the feeling that there was more at play. What do you propose? A temporary alliance, Zarek replied. We pool our resources and knowledge to address a greater threat that endangers both our species. John's skepticism was evident. What threat? Zarek activated a holographic display, showing a massive, ominous object drifting through space. This is a rogue asteroid, set on a collision course with both our homeworlds. Its impact would be catastrophic. John studied the display. The asteroid was indeed a threat, but could he trust Zarek? He weighed his options quickly. All right, we have a deal, but any sign of betrayal, and the truce is off. Zarek extended a hand, a gesture of trust. Agreed, Captain Harper. John returned to the Valor, the uneasy alliance now in motion. He briefed his crew on the situation, their reactions mixed with doubt and hope. Do you think we can trust them, Captain? Sarah asked, her voice reflecting the crew's uncertainty. We have no choice, John replied. If Zarek's information is accurate, we need their help. Prepare to coordinate with their fleet. As the two fleets worked together, the atmosphere aboard the Valor was tense but focused. Engineers and scientists from both sides exchanged data and resources, working against the clock to develop a solution. Dr. Grant led the efforts on the human side, his expertise crucial in devising a plan. We've identified a weak point on the asteroid, he explained. If we can target it with a concentrated energy beam, we might be able to alter its trajectory. John relayed the plan to Zarek, who agreed to provide additional firepower. The combined might of the human and alien fleets concentrated on the asteroid, their weapons synchronizing in a display of precision and power. The asteroid began to shift, its path altering slowly but surely. Relief washed over John as the immediate danger seemed to pass. However, his instincts told him this was not the end. "Captain, incoming transmission from Zarek," Sarah announced. "Put it through," John ordered. Zarek's face appeared, a rare smile on his lips. "Well done, Captain. Our truce has proven fruitful. I hope this is the beginning of a new understanding between our species." John nodded. "Let's hope so, but stay vigilant. This alliance is fragile." Zarek's smile faded, replaced by his usual calculating expression. "Indeed. Farewell, Captain Harper. Until we meet again." Captain Jonathan Harper stood on the bridge of the Valor, his gaze fixed on the star-studded expanse before him. The temporary alliance with Zarek's fleet had brought a reprieve, but John knew they had merely postponed the inevitable confrontation. The asteroid threat averted, both fleets now braced for the decisive battle that would determine their fates. "Captain, we've detected unusual activity near the enemy's main command ship," Lieutenant Sarah Mitchell reported. "It appears they're preparing for something big." "Battle stations," John ordered. "Dr. Grant, can we use the data we gathered from the asteroid mission to our advantage?" Dr. Alan Grant nodded, his expression serious. "I've been working on a new targeting algorithm. It should increase our accuracy against their shield generators." "Good. Michael, coordinate with the rest of the fleet. We need a united front." Ensign Michael Chun, always eager to prove his worth, relayed the orders. The crew moved with practiced efficiency, their confidence bolstered by recent successes. As the Valor advanced, the alien fleet began to regroup, forming a defensive perimeter around their command ship. John knew this was it, the moment they had all been preparing for. "Incoming message from Zarek," Sarah announced. "Put it through," John replied. Zarek's face appeared on the screen, his usual composed demeanor replaced with a hint of urgency. "Captain Harper, my scouts have reported an anomaly within our ranks. There's a possibility of another traitor, someone feeding our strategies to a third party. This battle might not be as straightforward as we thought." John's mind raced. "Any idea who it could be?" "Not yet, but we need to act swiftly. Trust no one outside your immediate command," Zarek advised before the transmission ended. John turned to his crew. "Stay alert. We're dealing with more than just the enemy in front of us." The Valor surged forward, leading the charge. The combined human and alien fleets unleashed a torrent of firepower, targeting the enemy's defenses with precision. Explosions lit up the darkness as ships on both sides took heavy damage. "Focus fire on their command ship," John instructed. "If we can take it down, the rest will fall apart." As the battle raged, a sudden explosion rocked the Valor. Alarms blared, and the lights flickered. "Damage report," John shouted. "Portside engine hit," Michael reported. "We're losing power." "Sarah, reroute auxiliary power to the shields." "Dr. Grant, can we stabilize the engine?" "I'm on it, Captain," Grant replied, already working on the problem. John's gaze swept the battlefield, noting the chaotic but determined efforts of their fleet. "Hold the line, everyone. We're not done yet." An alert flashed on the screen, indicating an incoming transmission from an unknown source. "Captain, it's heavily encrypted," Sarah said. "Decrypt it and put it on," John ordered. The screen revealed a figure cloaked in shadows. "Captain Harper, Zarek was right. There is a traitor among you, and they're closer than you think." "Who are you?" John demanded. "Someone who wants to see this battle end in peace. The traitor is on your ship, manipulating both sides." John's heart pounded. "Identify yourself and the traitor, or I'll shut this down." The figure hesitated before speaking. "The traitor is Lieutenant Drake's associate. Check your systems. They've planted a device to cripple your defenses." "Sarah, run a full diagnostic." "Michael, prepare a security team," John instructed. "Dr. Grant, we need that engine back online now." Minutes felt like hours as the crew worked tirelessly. The diagnostic revealed a hidden device in the engineering bay, linked to their primary systems. Michael led the security team to neutralize it, while Dr. Grant and his team scrambled to repair the engine. "Captain, the device is disarmed," Michael reported. We're back in control. John exhaled, relief mingling with resolve. Good work. Now let's finish this. The Valor rejoined the fray, its weapons blazing. The combined fleet's coordinated assault began to overwhelm the enemy's defenses. The alien command ship, despite its formidable appearance, started to show signs of strain. Target their shield generators, John ordered. This ends now. With a final, concentrated effort, the fleet unleashed a barrage of firepower. The enemy command ship shuddered, its shields failing before it erupted in a spectacular explosion. The remaining alien ships, leaderless and demoralized, began to retreat. Stand down and regroup, John commanded, his voice steady. We've won. As the battlefield fell silent, John turned to his crew. We did it. But stay alert. There's always another challenge ahead. Sarah smiled, a rare moment of levity. And we'll face it together, Captain.